Oh my gosh, it seems like almost everyone is a millionaire today, or at least it's getting close. And you know what the reality is? 1 in 6 households today have reached millionaire status. 1 in 6 households. There are 22 million millionaire households in the United States. And this is according to a recent article in The Hustle by Mark Dent, and I'll show you some of the data in a minute. But isn't that incredible? Being a millionaire used to be rare. There was only think of this, in 1848, now I know we're using different dollars, in 1848, there were only 50 households in the U.S. that were considered millionaires. Only 50. And today there's 22 million. And what you see, it's not all inflation, because if you go back 20 years ago, if we use now inflated dollars, there's 10 times as many millionaire households as there used to be. And so it's not just inflation, it's just incredible. So before we quickly look at the data, some of the key takeaways from the article are, I already told you, millionaires used to be rare, only 50 households in 1848. Housing, of course, played a huge role in the explosion of wealth. In just 2019 to 2022, the median net housing value, that is the net value, the net equity, doubled from 139 to over 200,000. Now today, stocks and it's stocks and real estate dominate most millionaires' portfolios, and for those just below millionaire status, real estate accounts for 65% of their wealth. 65% for those just short of being a millionaire. And surprisingly, inheritance isn't a giant factor. Only 20% of the millionaire households had any real, inheritance. Only about 20% of them had a significant wealth transfer. The rest came through stocks and real estate. Now, the whole millionaires, one of the most interesting things in the article, matter of fact, I'm going to show you, and then I'll go in reverse. One of the most interesting things in the article is where millionaires live, how they've shifted. And it's going to be this last chart right here. So you can see back in 1979, millionaires were in the farm states, in the Midwest and the rural farm areas. Today, flash forward 40 years, they're on the coast. So it's completely shifted. Really interesting. And so let's just look at a couple of things in this article, and I'll wrap this up. Hang on one second here. Let's wrap this up. So here's the article. The Hustle is a HubSpot media publication, by the way. And here you can see, in 1910, there's only 5,000 millionaire households, and today there's 22 million. And then you can see here, this is accounting for inflation. Millionaires have still increased 3x since the 1980s. So even with inflation, they've increased 3 times. Really interesting. And this is how many Americans make $1 million. And that's totally different than wealth, right? How much you earn is different than how much wealth you have. So I didn't find that as important. The effect of intergenerational wealth transfer, not a lot today. It's not a lot, right? Where did the wealth come from? You can see here, principal residence, number one. See that middle class? 65% of their wealth comes from real estate. Here for upper class, those people above $1 million, it's 26% come from real estate, but not an insignificant amount. I think the takeaway for us in this, if you're a real estate or mortgage professional, what we do is critically important. It actually changes lives. It changes, the generational wealth structure of families. And articles like this show it. Use articles like this to encourage your clients, because the first steps to becoming a millionaire often start with the front door of your first house, and we have to absolutely remember that. I did a post on this on LinkedIn today. If you get a chance, check me out on my LinkedIn. I highlight articles like this. I will put a link to this article below in my notes. With that, I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you giving me some of your time. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks so much.